crypto was very interesting because you buy NVIDIA's technology, and this is the first time that my mother understood what I did for a living. Because you buy NVIDIA graphics cards, this is the way she explained it to me. She said, you buy NVIDIA graphics cards, you plug it into the wall, and money comes out. And so she asked me, why do you sell it to other people? 为什么那么笨? Makes sense, right? Yeah. NVIDIA was founded to do accelerated computing. Our observation was that the CPU, or general purpose computing, was very important. It was obviously the most important invention in human history. But if we added something to the CPU as a companion to accelerate the workload that the CPU is not designed for, because as you know, the CPU is a general purpose computer. It can do anything, it can do everything. But if you can do anything and you can do everything, obviously you don't do something extremely well. And so we made the observation that you can add something to the CPU to accelerate very important workloads. And if you accelerate that workload, then you can reduce the cost, the energy of that workload, that application, or you can solve applications that were not possible at the time. So accelerated computing was invented 30 years ago by us, and we pursued it for 30 years. And if you followed what I just said, at all times, there's something that you can make more cost-effective. And at all times, you can find something new that was not possible before that can be possible soon. Now, of course, the problem is not the chip. The problem is no chip can accelerate everything. Because if you can accelerate everything, it would just be the CPU again. And so you must be accelerating applications that are difficult, and you have to solve the problem with software. And that's why NVIDIA is a software and architecture chip company. And in order for you to solve the software problem, you have to find the future applications. And you have to have your architecture has to be flexible. But we're constantly looking for future applications to enable or to enhance. And some of the ones that I'm very excited about right now, of course, you've seen many. We made a very good decision in the beginning that computer graphics is a very difficult problem to solve for a very long time. And we've been solving it for 30 years, and we're still solving it. And we, of course, discovered artificial intelligence. Of course, we discovered generative AI. Some of the things that I'm very excited about that I think will be important in the next 10 years. Robotics, of course, will be very important in the next 10 years. Protein engineering and digital biology will be extremely important in the next 10 years. 40 years ago, I was in the generation that allowed us to design chips using human language, using software, using programming language. And using high-level description languages, we can design the chip and design very complicated chips. Without that high-level description language, it's impossible to design these complicated, amazing chips. And now we have the ability to describe proteins, molecules, genes, and hopefully in the near future, small cells and maybe even organs. And so if you could describe amino acids and proteins and cells and organs, that's very similar to describing transistors and functional gates and logical blocks and larger logical blocks. And so we are near the generation where engineers like ourselves today will be designing proteins in a digital way. And artificial intelligence will make that possible. And so we're constantly seeking out these future things. And some of them take a long time, and some of them become realized. And so, yeah, I appreciate you